सारे बिगड़े काम। हे नंद नंदन सच्चे मन से, हे नंद नंदन सच्चे मन से, जप तुम्हारा नाम पधारो मेरे घर घनश्याम, सवारो सारे बिगड़े काम पधारो। सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। मुरली माधव राधे गोविंदा, मुरली माधव राधे गोविंदा, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। बाके बिहारी स्नेह बिहारी, बाके बिहारी स्नेह बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। कुंज बिहारी भक्त हितकारी, कुंज बिहारी भक्त हितकारी, नटवर सुंदर शाह, नटवर सुंदर शाह। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। कुंज बिहारी भक्त हितकारी, कुंज बिहारी भक्त हितकारी, नटवर सुंदर श्याम, नटवर सुंदर श्याम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। बाके बिहारी स्नेह बिहारी, बाके बिहारी स्नेह बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, रसिक बिहारी कुंज बिहारी, कमल नयन अभिराम, कमल नयन अभिराम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम। अनुपम सुंदर नंद किशोरा मनमोहन घनश्याम, मनमोहन घनश्याम।
To the a couple of seats forward. भीमातीरनिवासाय पंढरीपुरवासिने पांडुरंगप्रकाशाय विठ्ठलाय नमो नमः। मरुत्पुत्राय कवये भीमाय भयहारिणे श्रीमदानन्दतीर्थाय प्रख्याताय नमो नमः। शिवतनयवरिष्ठं सर्वकल्याणमूर्तिं परशुकमलहस्तं शोभितं मोदकेन अरुणकुसुममाला व्याललम्बोदरं तं मम हृदयनिवासं श्रीगणेशं नमामि। कृष्णव्रता कृष्णमनुस्मरन्तः रात्रौ च कृष्णं पुनरुत्थिताये ते कृष्णदेहा प्रविशन्ति कृष्णम्। आज्यं यथा मन्त्रहुतं हुताशे बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाढ्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनूमत्स्मरणात् भवेत् चित्रैः पदैश्च गम्भीरैः वाक्यमानैरखण्डितैः गुरुभावं व्यञ्जयन्ती भाति श्रीजयतीर्थवाक् प्रणमत्कामधेनुं च भजत्सुरतरूपमं श्रीभावबोधकृत्पाद चिन्तामणिमुपास्महे पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनवे अन्नपूर्णे सदापूर्णे शङ्करप्राणवल्लभे ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं भिक्षां देहि च पार्वती हयग्रीव हयग्रीव हयग्रीवेति यो वदेत् तस्य निस्सरते वाणी जन्नुकन्या प्रवाहवत् राकाचन्द्रसमानकान्तिवदना नाकाधिराजस्तुता मूकानामपि कुर्वती सुरधुनी नीकाश वाक्वैभवं श्रीकाञ्चीनगरी विहाररसिका शोकापहन्त्री सताम् एका पुण्यपरम्परा पशुपते आकारिणी राजते सत्यं विधातुं निजभृत्यभाषितं व्याप्तिं च भूतेषु अखिलेषु चात्मना अदृश्यत अत्यद्भुतरूपमुद्वहन् स्तम्भे सभायां न मृगं न मानुषं नरसिंह न मृगं न मानुषं. My humble obeisance to the Lord of Vrindavan and Guruvayur, Shri Krishna, to Shri Rama, the Lord of Ayodhya, to Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati and Ma Sita, to Mahadeva and Ma Kali, to Siddhi Vinayakji Maharaj and Subramanya Swami, to the exemplary devotees Shri Hanumanji, and to all the devotees of the Lord who have gathered here. By the grace of the Lord, we start the Dashama Skanda of the Bhagavata with the traditional prayer from the Bhagavata. As most of you know, the first 4 shlokas are taken from the Padma Purana, the 5th one is taken from the Bhagavata itself. In general, these shlokas mean, Master of Compassion, I am drowned in this samsara and taken over this form because of karma. Resurrect me, save me, liberate me. Srimad Bhagavata is Lord Krishna himself, and I have accepted this great work for the sake of salvation. May there be no obstacles in my path. May my desires be fulfilled. Let the learned speaker's exposition remove the darkness of my ignorance and light the lamp of wisdom. The 5th shloka is from the Bhagavatam itself, where Uddhava goes to meet the gopis and comes back a humbled Prime Minister, telling the Lord, I bow down to the dust of the feet of the gopis of Vrindavan, who have purified the 3 worlds by the Sankirtanam of the Lord. Kindly repeat the shloka all these 3 days. Samsara sagare magnam Deenam mam Karunanidhe Karma moha Grihitangam Mamuddhara Bhavarnavat Srimad Bhagavatakyoyam Pratyaksha Krishna Yevahi Svikritosi Mayanath Muktyartham Bhavasagare Manoratho Madiyoyam Safala Sarvathatvaya Nirvignenaiva Kartavyo Dasoham Tava Keshava Shukarupa Prabodhagnya Sarvashastra Visharada Etat Katha Prakashena Madajnanam Vinashaya Vande Nandavrajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshnashaha Yasam Harikathodgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam Vande Nandavrajastrinam Padarenum अविक्ष्णशः
अविक्ष्णशः
यासां
यासां
हरिकथोद्गीतं
हरिकथोद्गीतं
पुनाति
पुनाति
भुवनत्रयम्.
भुवनत्रयम्.
By the grace of the Lord, on your behalf, on my own, we first thank Lord Krishna for giving us this opportunity to think of the Lord for 3 days. Please give the Lord a big hand. On your behalf, on my own, we thank Dr. Krishnan, Mrs. Krishnan and the Krishna Sweets family for arranging this 3 days discourse here. Give them a big hand. I'm happy to recognize the presence of Shri Hemantji and Srimati Vaishnavi from the Krishna Sweets family. Please give them a big hand. May the organizers grow from strength to strength, joy to joy, prosperity to prosperity. May they continue to do the noble work which they have undertaken. As I walked into the hall, I came to know that there are other discourses in the city and hence the crowd is less. As I was coming to the Katha, I told the Lord, you listen. These 3 days you listen. So I knew it does not matter who comes and who does not come. The Lord seated in your heart is listening. That is enough for me. That is enough for me. Not the number of people, the quality crowd that matters. I am happy that even on Varalakshmi Day, you have found time to be here, and may the Lord fulfill your dharmic desires. With this, we fall in tune with the divine and sing the Govinda Damodara Stotra. अग्रे कुरूणाम् अथ पाण्डवानां दुःशासनेन धृतवस्त्रकेशा
कृष्णा तदा क्रोशनन्दनाथा
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति.
Krishna Vishnu Madhukaitabhare. Cry of Draupadi in despair. Only the Lord's names protect her.
Raya Swamake Shavalokanatha
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhava iti. It means, iti means thus, ipdi, aise. The gopis of Vrindavan churn butter, collected butter, sold butter without tension because of devotion. Vikritu kama kila gopakanya murari padar vitachitta vritti dadyadikam mohavashat avochat Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti
Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Everybody can chant his name. Many don't. That's the reason for their problems. That's the reason for all their डिप्रेशन एंड एंजाइटी, चिंता। वक्तुं समर्थोऽपि न वाक्ति कच्चित्, अहो जनानां व्यसनाभिमुख्यं, जिह्वेऽपि वस्व जिह्वेऽपि वस्वामृतं ये तदेवा, गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति, गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति,
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति,
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति,
गोविन्द दामोदर
माधवेति. Shri Krishna Govinda. Long back I told you, when I was standing in the presence of Bihariji, Shri Krishna in Vrindavan, I got the song on Krishna Leela. Generally when I do Krishna Leela, I start with this song describing all the Leelas of the Lord. Simple song in Hindi. Shri Krishna Govinda. कृष्ण गोविंद राधारमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधारमणा, बांसुरी बजा के दिल को चुराना,
बांसुरी बजा के दिल को चुराना,
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधारमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधारमणा. Clapping is acupressure. You'll feel healthy, better, happy. नाग पे नाच के तूने उसका दर्प हटाया,
कालिया नाग पे नाच के तूने उसका दर्प हटाया,
गोवर्धन का धारण करके इंद्र का गर्व मिटाया,
गोवर्धन का धारण करके इंद्र का गर्व मिटाया,
तू ही श्याम तू ही राम तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना,
तू ही श्याम तू ही राम
तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधारमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधारमणा, बांसुरी बजा के दिल को चुराना,
बांसुरी बजा के
दिल को चुराना, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधारमणा,
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा.
रास की लीला तूने रचा के योगी के मन को लुभाया,
रास की लीला तूने रचा के योगी के मन को लुभाया,
तेरी प्यारी मैया यशोदा समझ सकी नहीं माया,
तेरी प्यारी मैया यशोदा समझ सकी नहीं माया,
तू ही श्याम तू ही राम तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना,
तू ही श्याम तू ही राम
तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा। बांसुरी बजा के दिल को चुराना,
बांसुरी बजा के
दिल को चुराना। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा। कृष्ण प्रेम से भागवत कथा शुक जी यूं सुनाए।
कृष्ण प्रेम से भागवत कथा शुक जी यूं सुनाए।
भूख और प्यास नींद थकावट परीक्षित भूल जाए।
भूख और प्यास नींद थकावट परीक्षित भूल जाए।
तू ही श्याम तू ही राम, तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना।
तू ही श्याम तू ही राम,
तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा। बांसुरी बजा के दिल को चुराना, बांसुरी
बजा के
दिल को चुराना। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद राधा रमणा। जय जय श्री राधे। Radha's cosmic energy, we are invoking her. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Why did I choose Krishna Leela, you may ask? When I do the Bhagavatam for 7 days, Srimad Bhagavatam, I scarcely get a day and a half, maybe a day and a quarter to talk about Krishna in detail. So of late, recently, I made, by God's grace, a deeper study of the Krishna Leela. And I said, let me start this new series in Madras, Naradagan Sabha. For the first time, 7 days Krishna Leela was done. Unfortunately, we didn't get this hall for 7 days. So Dr. Krishnan said, let us have at least 3 days. And so I said, let me choose the highlights of the Krishna Leela for these 3 days. In Calcutta, I had the same Krishna Leela in Hindi. In Madras, it was English. In Calcutta, it was Hindi. My dear listeners, Krishna means music, Krishna means dance, Krishna means mysticism, Krishna means philosophy, Krishna means muscle power. Krishna is versatile. When you think of Krishna, variety of thoughts come to your mind. Multitudes of thoughts come to your mind. And you wonder, how can anybody describe his glory? Yet, a humble attempt is made by this person to tell you what Krishna Leela stands for. How do you locate Krishna Leela? When the Bhagavatam starts, all of us know, to make the long story short, the Bhagavata is Lord Krishna himself. Srimad Bhagavata Kyoyam Pratyaksha Krishna Evahi. If there is a book form of Krishna, it is Bhagavatam. In North India, we carry the Bhagavatam on the head, we carry it in a carriage, sometimes it's on an elephant, sometimes on horseback, sometimes people carry it on the head and walk for miles together. 108 women carrying kalashas. That is how it is, because we are welcoming Sri Krishna himself in the form of a book. This great work has come to us from Shukadeva. A death-hunted Parikshit has only 7 days to live. Anantaram Dikshitar, from whom I heard the Bhagavatam when I was only 10 years old, he would say, "Avarukavadu 7 naal irukku, namakku evlo naal irukku theriyadu." May the Lord make us live long. Time management, that is what the Bhagavata teaches. Parikshit is asking, after he put a dead serpent round the neck of Shameka Rishi, being hungry and angry, the son of the Rishi called Shringi said, may the man who has insulted my father die of serpent bite 7 days from hence. Not this serpent or that serpent, but Takshaka. Takshaka stinks, no ambulance, no 108. The man collapses and leaves the world then and there. What do I do? In these 7 days, what do I do? How do I make time useful? By God's grace, of late, I've been writing quotations under the pressure of grace, I call it. In one of them I say, live in the present, because the past is an invalid check. The future is an uncertain lottery ticket. The present is solid cash. I hope you understand. Live in the present. Don't think of tomorrow. Don't think of yesterday. Today we are listening to Krishna Leela. Today we are thinking of the Lord. Today we are blessed by Him. That is most important. Usually we forget the cash part of it and go after the invalid check or the lottery ticket. Both are useless exercises in utility, useless exercises. I want you to realize how Parikshit is in desperate search for some panacea, some medicine. What do I do in these 7 days? The answer comes from Shukadeva. Listen to the Bhagavatam. And he starts listening to the Bhagavatam on the banks of the Ganges. Our acharyas say his children were sitting there. He did not look at them. His subjects were sitting there. He was not distracted by them. He is only thinking of the Guru called Shukadeva, giving him the Bhagavatam. And who is the Guru? He is the one who is called Shukadeva. So young, he did not even have his Upanayanam done. Akhandanji Maharaj of Vrindavan says, if you don't have mana vikara, why do you need samskara? Jiske man mein vikar nahi, usko sanskar ki kya jarurat hai? That is how yam pravrajantam anupetam apeta krityam dvaipayano virahakatara ajuhav putriti tanmayataya tara vobhinedu tam sarvabhutarayam munimanatosmi. His father Vyasa is calling out, come Shuka, come to me. But Shuka doesn't look back. He is going into the world to spread the word of the Bhagavatam. This great Shuka is asking us, drink the Bhagavatam. As many times as you can, listen to the Bhagavatam. Pibata, pibata, pibata. Bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasikaha bhuvi bhavukaha. Neither Ramayana nor Mahabharata calls you rasikas. Only the Bhagavatam calls you rasikas. Clap for yourself. You are men and women of spiritual taste that you are going to listen to the Bhagavatam, and the Bhagavata Sara is the Dashamaskanda. My dear listeners, Parikshit comes to know from the second canto itself that Brahmaji was asked to create the world. He was given the choice to ask for a boon, and he said, may I never have the pride of creating the world. That is how he was a humble person. Although he was officially the creator of the world, he didn't have any pride while doing so. The Bhagavata says that the Lord was happy and gave him the Chatushloki Bhagavata. In the third canto, you have the great Vidura being driven out of the darbar of Dhritarashtra. He goes and meets Uddhava on the banks of the Yamuna, and they discuss Krishna Leela. After that, you have that famous episode of Diti, where she gives birth to 2 demons, the beginning of terrorism in the world, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, 2 of them who were destroying the world because they were antisocial. Hiranyaksha is destroyed by the Lord in the Varaha Avatara. Hiranyakashipu is destroyed by the Lord in the Narasimha Avatara. In the same canto, third canto, you have the history of Kapila, who comes to remove the darkness of ignorance when his mother Devahuti asks him for Upadesha. The fourth canto talks about Daksha Yajna, where Daksha's pride is curbed, and then you have the little child Dhruva meeting Naraji, getting his blessings, Prasada Vimukham Shashvat, Prasanna Vadarekshanam, getting the videograph of the Lord, concentrating on him, and within 5 months bringing the Lord to his doorstep. and attaining the pole star position thereafter. In the 5th canto, you have Bharata and Jada Bharata's episode where attachment leads you to detachment from the Lord, and that is what Bharata suffers from. The next birth, he becomes Jada Bharata, and he is the one who teaches Rahubana, the proud king traveling in a golden palanquin, what is detachment. In the 6th canto, you have the famous or the infamous history of Ajamila, who was a good Brahmin, turned to a profligate, but at the last moment of his life, it's the name of the Lord that saves him. Makes Purandaradasa say, I don't want you, Narayana, Panduranga, I just want your name. Ninyako, Nina Hangyako, Nina Namada Bala Vandidare Saku. It is enough to know the name of the Lord. This is how the great one called Ajamila comes back to be placed at the feet of the Lord. The 7th skanda, who can forget the little child Prahlada, foremost trendsetter of bhakti, the man who gave us the 9 types of devotion, is asked by his father in the Narayaniyam, why are you so fearless? I try to kill you in every way, tortures of every sort, and yet you don't die. Pita Shunvan Bala Prakaram Akhilam Twatstutiparam Rushanda Prahainam Kulahataka Kaste Malamiti Balam Me Vaikuntaha Tavacha Jagatam Chapi Sabalam Sayeva Trailokyam Sakalamiti Dhiroyam Magadit. He is Narayana, my father. He is in you, he is with me, he is with everyone. Where is he? Hare Kwasau, Kwasau, Sakala Jagadatma, Hareti Pravintes Mastambham, Chalita Karavalo, Ditisutaha. The huge pillar broke open. There was a large face, there was a large mouth, there were large manes and large eyes, large tongue, large teeth. Some said it is a lion, some said it is a human being. The great sages said it is Narasimha, Satyam Vidhatum Nijavritya Bhashitam, Vyaptim Cha Bhuteshu Akhireshu Jatmanaha, Adrishyata Atyatbhuta Rupa Mudvahan, Tambhe Sabhayam Namragam Namanusham. That was the incarnation of the terribly beautiful or beautifully terrible Narayana called Narasimha. Please clap for the musicians who gave the sound effect. In the 8th canto, you have 2 proud people. One is Gajendra, the proud elephant, who thought he had majority of followers, but then when he's caught by the alligator, he calls out to Narayana and he is relieved from pain and agony. Ultimately, it is the Lord who comes to our rescue, not our money, not our power, not our relatives, not our talent, not our popularity, nothing. Only Krishna. Artha, Vishanna, Shithirachya Bhita, Ghoreshu Vyadhishu Vartamana, Sankirtya Narayana Shabdamatram. It is enough to chant the name called Narayana and you are relieved from pain. The Bhagavata tells us that in the 8th canto you have Mahabali. I always tell my audience, give to grow and grow to give. Giving is beautiful, but the attitude to giving is very important. While you are giving, Vivekananda Swami says, your ego meter goes up. You say, I am giving, he is receiving. No, sir. Remember, the beggar can become the giver and the giver can become the beggar. Anytime, change of fortune can take place at any time. You have seen people rise and fall in the world. Mahabali is proud. The Lord curbs his pride by stamping on his head and bringing him down to humility. In the 9th canto, you have Ambarisha. Today is Dvadashi. Ambarisha performed the Ekadashi Vrata for 1 whole year, and on the Dvadashi, he wanted to feed the Brahmins. There came Durvasa to test him, how he overcame the agony of waiting for Durvasa, who is belated, and how he came to be rescued by the Lord Sudarshana, all of us know. I come now to the 10th canto to give you the location of Krishna Leela. I hope you understand. 9 cantos, won't you clap? 9 cantos I have summarized for you so that you know where the 10th canto comes. 9 cantos, that is just to find out whether you are listening to me or not. I don't want the applause. I hope you understand. My dear listeners, when you go to a kacheri, when you go to a movie, when you go to even a stadium, you're very happy when a particular batsman takes over. You're very happy when a particular raga is sung. You're very happy when a particular scene comes. Similarly, Shukadeva is very happy when we come to the 10th canto, because the 10th canto is of Krishna, by Krishna and for Krishna. I call this chapter Incredible Incarnation. It's an incredible incarnation. All the incarnations have been given in the Bhagavatam, but this is the most incredible incarnation. Bhagavata has an Adbhuta, awe-inspiring incarnation called Narsimha Avatara, but that's for a few minutes only, and then it's gone. The Lord Krishna continues to travel in the world, mobile Lord, most mobile Lord, moving from one place to other, Mathura to Gokula, Gokula to Vrindavan, Vrindavan back to Mathura, and from Mathura to Dwaraka. It's a travelogue. He's traveling from one place to another just to bless people. That is what Krishna is doing. No wonder. If ever you had conducted a election of the gods, I think Krishna will have the maximum number of votes, because from the young to the old, from the learned to the unlearned, from the beautiful to the ugly, everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. There is something in him that draws you to him. The Bhagavata says, Parikshit is waiting. I want only Krishna Katha. For your information, 90 chapters of the Dashama Skanda are only about Krishna. Give me 90 chapters. Out of 300 odd chapters in the Bhagavatam, 90 chapters in the 10th Skanda are about Krishna. Krishna, I want about Krishna, only Krishna. Parikshit wants only Krishna Katha, Keval Krishna Katha, nothing else. When the 10th canto starts, what does Parikshit say? Kathito vamshavistaro bhavata soma suryayo rajñam chobhaya vamshyanam charitam paramadbhutam. Charitam paramadbhutam. Whenever you talk of the sun and the moon, generally you say sun and moon. But here he says moon and sun. Why? Akhandanji Maharaj says, because Krishna was born in the lunar dynasty. For him, the lunar dynasty is more important than the solar dynasty. I want Soma Surya Yoho. I want that Krishna's Katha, who was born in the Soma Vamsha. Sri Shuka is called Muni Sattama, and Shuka is going to call Parikshit Rajarshi Sattama. One cannot completely do justice to Krishna Katha, and so he says, give me at least the highlights, Amshena, give me the highlights. Bhagavata is the panacea for a disease called life, Bhavaushada. Who is the doctor for this? He who has conquered all desires, Nivrittatarishai Rupagiyamanat. Please remember, the medicine is important, but the doctor also is important. The doctor's sadhana is important. The doctor's upasana is important. The doctor's faith is important. That is why you say, everybody is an MD, everybody is an MBBS, everybody is a surgeon. But I prefer this doctor. Why? Because of the practice, because of the reputation that he has gained. Where Shukadeva is concerned, he is the one who has given up every desire. Nivrittatarishai Rupagiyamanat. How is this medicine? Whenever you take a medicine to your child, the child says, Kasakuma, Inikuma. Meeta hai ya kadwa hai. But this medicine is sweet, sweet to listen and nectar for the mind. Some songs are nice for the mind. Some songs are nice for to listen. Where Bhagavata is concerned, Shrotra Manobhiramat. For Shrotra and Manas. You don't know the effect of the Bhagavatam now. After the 3 days are over, you will know. When you go back home, recollect what I told you. Without your knowledge, you'll recollect. Because that is the power of the Bhagavatam. Sometimes I wake up from bed with a shloka of the Bhagavatam. Why, I don't know. Because it has gone in the subconscious. It has gone into me. And suddenly I wake up with the thought of the Bhagavatam. Some line from the Bhagavatam. Some line about Krishna. Some line about the gopis. Bhavaushada, Shrotra Manobhiramat. There are 4 types of people in the world, it is said. Those who are immortal, that is the Amaras. Those who are liberated, who are Muktas. Those who desire for liberation, the mumukshus, those who are secular people, sensuous, vishayi, for all of them Bhagavatam is good. That is the glory of the Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam is good for the sensuous and the spiritual alike. Who will say no to the Bhagavatam? Only that person who wants to kill his soul. Puman virajyeta vina pashugnat. He who wants to kill his soul, he will say, I don't want Bhagavatam, I don't want Bhagavatam. Clap for yourself because you loved your soul. That is why you are here. Friday evening, after the week has almost come to an end, why should you be here? Because something in you draws you to Krishna. I didn't call you. The flute called you. It's a beautiful design. Clap for the decorator. Very suggestive. Krishna is playing on the flute. The flute calls. When the flute calls, each human being comes because you get a message. You get a message from the Lord. God's message you get. And that Gmail calls you to Kekani Hall to listen to the Lord. Why? Because you don't want to kill your soul. You want to make it happy. Here is Shukadeva silently asking Parikshit, why are you fond of Krishna? Why do you love Krishna so much? What is the bonding between you? Oh no, sir. It's a very old bonding. My grandparents and father were caught in the ocean of the Kauravas. Bhishma was an alligator. My ancestors held on to the boat called Krishna's feet and they crossed the ocean. My physical body was turned into ashes. Krishna entered my mother's womb and enlivened me. In the first skanda, the Lord's mace is described, and in this skanda, his gada is described. He is the Maya Manushya. He is the Maya Manushya. On one side, Draunyastrā viplushtam idam madangam santana bijam kuru pandavanam jugopakikshingata atta chakru matushyameya sharanangataya. My mother, Uttara, she came running to Krishna. Everything is almost over. She's lost her husband, but she doesn't want to lose the posthumous babe that's growing in her womb. No, Krishna, pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam todavayam pashe yatra mrityu parasparam abhidravati mamisha sharastaptaya so vibho kamam dahatu mamnatha mame garbho nipatyatam. Let me not have a miscarriage, Krishna. Let me not have a miscarriage. You took away everything from me. Don't take away this baby. This is the scion of the family, the ankura of the family. Please save this sprout. Please save. Krishna always comes to protect people outside. But where I was concerned, Shukadeva, I had an in-camera darshan of the Lord in my mother's womb. In my mother's womb. Kukshingata atta chakru. He entered my mother's womb. Small Krishna, small Krishna. 20 years after I had visited Singapore, somebody came from Singapore and said, how is that small Krishna? I said, which one? Whom you describe in the Bhagavatam. I said, you remember him? She said, yes, a small Krishna with a tiny kirita and a tiny kundala and tiny tilaka and tiny shanka and chakra. The small Krishna, gada and chakra, a small Krishna with a tiny anklets and tiny bracelets and tiny girdle and tiny Vakshasthala and tiny little pitambaras. He is going round and round the baby in the womb, and the baby is wondering, who is this self-luminous person giving me darshan in the darkness of my mother's womb? That Krishna, that Krishna. I want that Krishna's history. I want to know in detail, sir. When you like somebody, you want to know about him in detail. You don't want a cursory glance. You don't want somebody to just tell you, oh, this is how he came, this is how he left. No. Tell me inch by inch, year by year, stage by stage, how Krishna grew and how he was. Please tell me, Master, please tell me. Because I am not troubled by thirst or hunger. For example, I don't know, of late it's warm even in Coimbatore. All of us feel thirsty when you are at home, but none of you is drinking water. Nor are we drinking water. Why? Because we are drinking nectar, my dear listeners. We are drinking nectar. When you drink nectar, you don't need water. The body knows what is the superior drink. You understand? The body knows what is the superior drink. Bottle of ordinary mineral water is insipid before the nectar called the Bhagavata Amritam. Please remember that. Bhagavata Amritam. I am not hungry, I am not thirsty. When I was doing the Bhagavatam in Vrindavan once, after several years of doing the Bhagavatam, suddenly I realized that here is Parikshit saying, Swami, Naishati dussaha kshunmam tyaktodam api badhate pibantam tvan bukhan bhoja chutam harikatamritam. I am listening to the Bhagavatam, which means I am drinking the Bhagavata Amrita. My Lord, let me tell you, it is terrible to have thirst and hunger. It is because of thirst and hunger that Parikshit went into the hermitage and got angry with the sage and committed the most desecrated act of throwing a serpent, a dead serpent round the sage's neck. It was the most desecrated act, and yet today I have conquered that thirst and anger. I have conquered. What is conquering thirst and anger? Yoga. You people sitting here are doing yoga. Clap for yourself. Why can't you clap louder? For yourself, not for me. Relax, relax. We are all conquering thirst and hunger. Why? Because the soul's thirst is being quenched. The body is forgotten. Forgetting the body is yoga, nothing else. When you forget the body, you are in tune with the divine. Ramdev Baba's yoga is one sort. This is also a Shravana yoga. This is called Shravana yoga. When you are listening to the Lord's glory and you have transcended the body, that is also yoga. These 2 hours, enough. Enough for a lifetime. Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasikaha bhuvi bhavukaha. You are full of bhava. You are full of love for the Lord, sentiment for the Lord. Stupid sentiments don't take us anywhere. The sentiment for the Lord takes you everywhere. My dear listeners, the Bhagavata is making you transcend the body. When Parikshit says, give me Krishna Katha, Shukadeva is very happy. Why? Because this is Kali Kalma Shagnam. Parikshit is calling Shukadeva as Muni Sattama, and Parikshit is called by Shukadeva as Rajarshi Sattama. I don't talk politics, but I always like to talk about our beloved Prime Minister. Last August, I had the privilege of meeting him for 29 long minutes, exclusive interview. I didn't go for a favor. I just went to pay my respects to that great man whom I know for more than a decade. I asked him, sir, first let me call you a Rajarshi, because no Prime Minister in India can live on lime juice for 9 days in Navaratri. Please give him a clap. There is no tapasya in our politicians. It is gone. It is gone. Yatha Raja, Tatha Praja. We are inspired when the leader is performing a tapasya. It is for us, not for him. What does he want? Tell me, what does he want? I want you to understand that these great men who are setting an example to us, yat yat acharati shreshtaha, says the Bhagavad Gita, what the great man does, so the ordinary man follows. Here is an example of Parikshit being called Rajarshi Sattama. Plato had the philosopher-king concept. The king has to be a philosopher and king, ruling as a king and detachment as a philosopher. Only then he can be called philosopher-king. That is the ancient Hindu concept of Rajarshi. Rajarshi Sattama, Vasudeva Kathayamte Yajjata Naishtiki Ratihi. How many times have I told my listeners who come to listen to the Bhagavatam, please remember that you are not here by accident. You are not here by fluke. You are not here by casual causes. You are here because in several births you have done dana, vrata, tapa, homa, japa, swadhyaya, samyama. That has given you Krishna Bhakti, and Krishna Bhakti has brought you to Kikani Hall. Now you clap for yourself. Your bank balance. It's not easy to be a Krishna Bhakta. There will be 4 brothers at home. 3 will not come, only 1 will come. The others will not come. They are not inclined. They are doing business. Business is their business. Leave business for the Lord sometime. He will also do it better than you. Why can't you relax and come to the Lord? Listening to the Lord is once in a lifetime. Listen to Him. Let His glories percolate into your soul and change your being. I request you, in case you have pregnant women at home, please bring them tomorrow and day after. Let the child listen to the Katha of the Lord. See the impact of the Katha on the child. It is so great, so palpable that you will be surprised that the Katha of the Lord can have such an impact on the child. The Bhagavata is saying, what a lovely person you are, Parikshit, that you want to listen to Krishna Katha. You are doing this. You are doing this because you have an innate desire to know about the Lord. The organizers here, Dr. Krishnan, rang up and told me, Amma, I won't be able to come for 2 days because I have personal reasons for it, but I'll come on Sunday. Please don't think, if you don't come, sorry. Please don't think if you don't come as an organizer, your punya is less and those who are listening, punya is more. No. Anybody who organizes, anybody who listens for a while, anybody who speaks of the Lord, all of them have the same punya, says the Bhagavatam. Like those having a bath in the Ganges. It purifies everyone. The Lord is telling us, Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purushan Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Pritchakam Shrotran Tadpada Salilam Yatha. Those who ask, those who listen, those who organize, all of them get the same punya as Mother Ganges purifies everybody. History of Krishna purifies everyone. One day, Mother Earth was overburdened by the misrule of demons. She, in the form of a cow, approached Lord Brahma and asked for protection from evil. Brahmanam Sharanam Yayu. Brahma and Shiva all went to Narayana and offered the praise through Purusha Sukta. Brahma informs all people that the Lord has said, I know Bhudevi is in tears and please tell her, I will incarnate in Vasudeva Graha. Suddenly there is an objection. Vasudeva Graha. Where is Vasudeva's Graha? Vasudeva is in a prison house. How can you call it Graha? Commentators are busy writing, Grihini Grahamuchyate. Grihini is the wife. Vasudeva Graha means Devaki, in the womb of Devaki. That is what it means. In the Ramavatara, Lakshmana comes as a younger brother to serve Sri Rama. Here he thought, let me come as Balarama and serve as an elder brother. The only example of an obedient elder brother. All elder brothers are bullies. All elder brothers are bullies. They will command the younger one, you better do this, you better do this. You know? But where Balarama is concerned, whenever I think of Balarama, I am moved to tears because you understand. 1 minute, Kirtan please.
Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं द्रौपदी की तरह तुम बुलाते नहीं द्रौपदी की तरह तुम बुलाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम रामनारायणम अच्युतम केशवम Ramanarayan.
The Kirtana came in handy.
Krishna Damodaram.
Because according to psychology, the mind cannot concentrate after 45 minutes.
Vasudevam Hari Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari.
कौन कहता है भगवान खाते नहीं
कौन कहता है भगवान खाते नहीं
बेशबरी की तरह तुम खिलाते नहीं बेशबरी की तरह तुम खिलाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम रामनारायणम
अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं
कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम. Shurasena's son is Vasudeva, married to the lovely bride Devaki. Devaki's father, Devak, had given her golden necklaces, 400 elephants, 1500 horses, 1800 chariots, and 200 women servants. You can clap for that. Even 2 will do for us. 200 is an overdose. The ethereal pronouncement is given when Kamsa is taking his cousin, first cousin Devaki, in a chariot. Asyatvam ashtamo garbho hantayam vahase abudha. Dikshar had his own vernacular wit. Anantaram Dikshitarji used to say, if anybody calls you Muttal na Kupta Tiribi Paka, then he is the only one who's called Abuda, and he looks up because he is an Abuda. Kamsa looks up, what does he hear? This lady whom you are taking with you as your sister, her 8th Garbha will be your killer. Look at the enigmatic way in which the pronouncement, ethereal pronouncement is made. It doesn't say Ashtama Putra, Ashtama Putri, Ashtama Garbha. That is all. Because it is Ashtama Putra who then comes as an Ashtama Putri. I hope you understand. The ethereal pronouncements can never go wrong. They never be falsified. That is why I think Hemant Bhai was singing that he born to Devaki but brought up by Yashoda. That is how it is. The Lord is now telling us, Asyastvam Ashtamo Garbho. He will be your killer. The moment Kamsa hears this, he holds her by the plait and is about to kill her. It is at that time that the great philosopher called Vasudeva intervenes and says, Sir, I have a few arguments to offer you. Death is born with the body, and it is the body that dies when the 5 elements mingle with the larger counterparts. One should not hate anybody, because if one hates anybody, fear will ensue, and this will be the resultant emotion. Plus, she is like a daughter to you. Younger sister is like a daughter, Putri ko upama. She is like your daughter. And Vasudeva calls him Dina Vatsala. Akhandanji Maharaj says, how can he be called this Dina Vatsala when he's got a sword in his hand and is about to kill her? Meaning of Dina Vatsala, Akhandanji Maharaj says, Dinanam Vatsanapi Lati Chorayati iti Dina Vatsalaha. He was such a bad man. Kamsa by nature is so bad that even from the poor people he would steal calves, small calves. Dinanam vatsanapi lati iti chorayati iti dina vatsalaha. He steals calves from the poorest people. Now, it is Vasudeva who promises, I will surrender all the children who are born to me. It's a gentleman's promise. The first baby is returned by Kamsa. Kamsa sees, when you see a small baby, just newborn baby, your heart goes out in pity. He said, take it. After all, the ethereal announcement was 8th child. Take it away. I am not interested in killing it. Why should I do something which is not necessary? It is here that Naradji intervenes. Naradji is very creative in his interpretation. He said, Sir, please don't return the baby. Ethereal announcements are very enigmatic. It could be 1st to 8 or 8 to 1st. The calculation can be this way or that way. Don't take a risk, better kill it. Why? If Kamsa accumulates punya, Krishna cannot kill him. Kamsa has to accumulate papa. Only when a man's papa accumulates, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. The Lord has to make him commit more and more sins. So finally you find the child is killed. 6 children are killed one after the other. Kamsa finds out that his security guards are not cooperating with him. He tells them, go, go and arrest my father, Ugrasena. They say, no sir, he is our senior king. We can't arrest him. If you can't arrest him, I will arrest him. He goes there like the Mughal kings and arrests his father, puts him in prison. Just to tell you, one by one his papas are increasing, multiplying. The Lord summoned his divine power Yogamaya and told her, go Devi, go to Yashoda's place and be born there. Gacha Devi Vrajam Bhadre. Bhadreya is Bhadrakali. Gopa Gopi Viralankritam. That is a place which is beautified by the Gopas and the Gopis. Go to that place, Vraja. Go there and be born. There is Rohini living there and other queens too. A part of me is in Devaki's womb. Transfer that baby from Rohini's womb, from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. And that is why he is called Sankarshana. That is Balramji, one who is well drawn out. He is the one who is going to have a lot of power. Balarama, he is going to be known as Balarama. You be born to Yashoda and the world will praise you. How will they praise me, Swami? What will you give me in return for being born there? I tell you, you will have as many pujas as I have. You will have as many temples as I have. You will have the Lalita Sahasranamam as I have the Vishnu Sahasranamam. You will have the Navratri as I have my Brahmotsavam. I will be in Tirupati and you will be in Vaishnavi. Everywhere you will be respected. Dhupopahara balibihi sarvakama parapradam namadheyani kurvanti thanani cha narabhuvi durgeti bhadrakaliti vijaya vaishnaviti cha kumuda chandika krishna madhavi kanyaketi cha maya narayani ishani sharada ityambiketi cha. These are the names which you will have, my dear. You will be my dear sister. How? You will be born there and I will be born here. What are the names you are going to get? Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyakumari. You will have all these names and everywhere you will be worshipped. She goes there and she is born to Yashoda and Nand Baba. His brother is called Rama, means pleasing everyone. Balarama, because he has got lot of bala, strength. When Balarama is transferred from this womb to Rohini's womb, you find people say Devaki had a miscarriage. When Devaki becomes radiant with the next baby, all of us know that women who are bearing children look different and radiant because of normal physical reactions. When the Lord is going to be born, you can imagine how beautiful Mother Devaki, already beautiful, looks more beautiful. And Kamsa says, I think my killer is going to be born. I think my killer is arriving. That's why my sister is looking more pretty than before. I'm sure I have to multiply the guards and multiply the shackles, multiply the locks, make it pretty sure that my killer does not escape. She looks beautiful. When he could have easily killed her, commentators say, why does he not kill her? First, she is my sister. Second, she is a pregnant woman. I should not kill a pregnant woman. Why is he saying this? Because commentators are busy writing, when the Lord is in her, even a bad man turns good. I hope you understand. Even a bad man turns good because Krishna is growing in her womb. It's evident, palpably evident that the Lord is growing in her womb. Day and night he is thinking of Krishna. I am jealous of two people, one in the Ramayana and one in the Bhagavatam. I am jealous of Kamsa in the Bhagavatam and Maricha in the Ramayana. Ravana goes to Maricha and says, Mama, please go and entice that fellow called Rama. I always tell my audience, Maricha must have said, you stupid fellow, you have 10 heads and all of them empty. Don't you know who he is? He is not a person. He is the embodiment of Dharma, Vigrahavan Dharma. I see him in every tree, vrikshe cha pashyami. Are you not jealous of Maricha seeing Sri Rama in every tree. And Kamsa, when he sleeps, he sees Krishna on the bed. When he is drinking milk, he sees Kamsa, he sees Krishna in the bowl of milk. When he goes to sit on the throne, already Krishna is sitting there, waking and sleeping. Every minute he is seeing Krishna. Are you not jealous of? The Bhagavata has said in the 7th skanda, out of bhaya you can see Krishna. Out of bhaya you can reach the Lord. When you are afraid of a thing, everywhere you see the same person. Everywhere, anything happens. Even if the silken curtain rustles, he thinks Krishna is there. Everywhere he sees Krishna. The Bhagavata says, look at the Krishna consciousness of Kamsa. Every moment he is seeing Krishna. The voice of Krishna is heard everywhere by him. It's a city of Mathura. In Mathura there is a prison. In the prison there is a room, cell, prison cell. And in the cell there is Devaki. And in her womb is Krishna. One within one within one within one. Understand? Mathura. Then prison. In the prison there is a cell. In the cell there is Devaki. In Devaki there is a womb. In the womb there is Krishna. And yet this Krishna is being praised by the Devatas. Nobody has been praising the womb of anyone, because Bhagavad Pada Charya Shankaracharya said, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jatare Shayanam, Iha Samsari Bhotattari, Kripaya Pari Pahi Murari, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govind. Have you seen the child that is born? It's full of dirt. The midwife washes it. And after she cleans it, she brings it to the doctor. The doctor gives one slap to make it cry. That is how life begins. What a lovely life. First we cry, then we make others cry. That is how life begins. It's a book called Unborn Child, where graphically it is described. You have Stephen Knapp in his book called Eastern Answers to the Mysteries of Life, writing about the child in the womb, writing about the Kapilopadesha. He says, so dirty, it is so dirty, that abominable den of urine and stools which is called the womb. Sorry. But that is why the child says, I don't want one more birth. But if you are listening to the Bhagavatam, the child thanks the mother for giving such a beautiful birth. Clap for the child. Clap for the child that is listening from the womb. You don't know. I met a Muslim girl in Dubai, married to a Hindu boy. She said, when I listen to your bhajan, Amma, my child is quiet. When my husband plays that loud music, it is restless. That is the response of the child from the womb. The child loves bhajan, the child loves holy songs, because it wants sattva guna. It wants a sattvic atmosphere. The Bhagavata says, here for the first time you have praise of the womb. The Lord is being praised. It's called Garbhastuti. Maybe the commentators say, Krishna, don't forget why you are coming. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya, sambhavami yuge yuge, yada yada hi dharmasya, glanir bharata, abhyutthanam adharmasya, tadatmanam srijamyaham. Don't forget the purpose of your incarnation, Krishna. We are reminding you, because you are Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam Satyasya Yonim Nihityam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyamrita Satyanetram Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannam. You are truth of all times. You are the Adhara of all truth. You are the embodiment of truth. You are Satyanarayana, the first concept to be glorified in the grand opening verse of the Bhagavatam, Satyam Param Dhimahi Janmadhyasya Yatonvayati Taratacharteshva Vignyaswarat Tene Brahmaradaya Kavaya Mukhyanti Yat Surayah Tejo Varimradam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Amrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nihattakuikam Satyam Param Dhimahi Satyam Param Dhimahi. The Lord is Satya, the Lord is truth. That Satya is being now evoked or invoked in the Bhagavata Dashamaskanda. Master, you are the one who gives the world as a tree. Maya is the base. Sukha and Dukkha are the two fruits. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas are the three roots. Dharma and the other three aspirations are the juice. There are 5 elements which are the bark. There are 7 minerals, Manas, Buddhi and Ahankara. All are the branches. There are 9 doors. There are 10 pranas. And Jiva and Ishvara are the 2 birds. This primordial tree is born of God. God lies in it, looks after it, and it dissolves in God. This is how the Devatas are praising the Lord. Great souls who believe in you, Krishna, they wade across the sea of life in the boat of your holy feet. For them, the sea of life is like a calf hoof print. He who serves you, listening to your glory, singing your glory, remembering you and meditating on you, those people don't have rebirth at all. This is how the gods are praising. And then we come to the 3rd chapter, which is the incarnation chapter. 1 minute Kirtan.
Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham,
Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe Sham. The 3rd chapter is the incarnation chapter, Avatara chapter. Akhandanji Maharaj says, all that has happened till now has happened. Forget about it. Ippa nadakkaradha nadakka poradhu. This is the most important chapter. Atha sarva gunopetaha. Atha Shabda is Mangalavachya. Athato Brahma Jignasa. People think they are reading Brahma Sutra, they think they are reading Upanishad, they think they are reading Vedanta, they think they are reading Bhagavad Gita, but the hero of all this is in the courtyard of Yashoda. Please clap. This is the sugar-coated pill. Everything combined is here. For me, Bhagavata is everything. It contains all the truths, all the Vedanta of the world. Don't go here and there. Krishna Karnamrita says, please don't wander here and there. Please go. Go to that courtyard of Mother Yashoda. You will find the master of the Brahma Sutra and the Upanishad there, tied by a rope by his loving mother. Only love can bind him. Jnana cannot bind him, Vairagya cannot bind him, only Bhakti can bind him, my dear listeners, only Bhakti can bind him. That is where the Bhagavata is superior to all the Granthas of the world. Even the great masters listen to the Bhagavatam. Atha sarva gunopeta. Whatever happened till now, forget. Right now the scripture begins. Kala paramashobhanaham. When you look at your watch, you are not frightened. When you look at the timepiece, you are not frightened. You look at the clock, you are not frightened. When you look at the timer, you are not frightened. But if I tell you time, if I take you to the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna is asking the Lord, 100,000 hands and 100,000 feet and 100,000 garlands, who are you? Kalosmi Lokakshayakrit pravruddho. I am time, Arjuna. I am time, inscrutable time, irrevocable time. Science has conquered space, but science cannot conquer time because time is God. Time is God. அதனால தான் நாஸ்திகன்னு சொல்லுவான், நல்ல காலம் பிறக்கும் சார், அவனுக்கு என்ன தெரியும், காலம் தான் சுவாமி, கை தட்டுங்களேன். When time changes, everything changes. I tell people, don't think time will stop. Krishna can change anybody's time. Sakala graha balavunine sarasijaksha. all Rahu, Ketu, everybody will change when Krishna changes your time. Because he is time. Atha sarva gunopeta kala paramashobhanaha. Akhandanji Maharaj says, Kala said, everybody says, oh God, I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. Nobody likes me because I'm a terrible person. If you remember the first Kaun Banega Karodpati quiz in the Mahabharata, Yaksha is asking Dharmaraja, what is the breaking news? In the cauldron called the world, time is cooking us. Pachatiti Varta. We are being cooked. Terrible metaphor. பெரிய வாண்டலி இருக்கு, வாண்டலின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, கடாய் கடாய். In Sanskrit is called kathai. Time is cooking us. Months, days, nights, seasons, sukha, dukkha, cooking, cooking, cooking. Just look back at life. Did we not pass through all this? Did we not pass through all this? Are we not passing through all this? Time is cooking us alive. So time is frightful. But time says, now Krishna is coming. So let me go to the beauty parlor. Let me decorate myself. Paramashobhanaha. He looks very beautiful. And please remember, long back, there was a lady who was sitting and crying. Sri Rama went to her and said, lady, why are you crying? She said, because my name is Navami. People don't do anything on Ashtami and Navami. I am very sad and depressed because I am the discarded Tithi in the Panchangam. He said, don't worry. I'll come as Rama on an Navami, I'll come as Krishna on an Ashtami, and you will become a celebration day and not a discarded date. Ashtami and Navami both became celebration days, Tyohar ke din. That is how it was a Navami day. And Kala Paramashobhanaha. Yedheva jana janmarksham shantarksha grahatarakam. He came when it was Ajana Janma, Ajanat Janma Yasya, that is Brahmaji. And Brahmaji's nakshatra is Rohini. If you remember, Rohini is another wife of Vasudeva. He says, Mother, I was not born to you, so at least let me be born under your nakshatram. That is how Krishna came on the Rohini nakshatra day. Krishna Karnamrita, written by Bilva Mangala. For your information, those who don't know about him, Bilva Mangala was a great bhakta in Kerala. At first he was a sensuous profligate. He loved a woman called Chintamani. He abandoned his home and ran after her. On the day she died and her body was burning, there was a storm. He held on to the half-burnt body, not knowing that it was the half-burnt body of his wife in the flood. He came to Chintamani's house. She was a courtesan, beautiful courtesan of that place. He found the main door was locked. There was something hanging from the balcony. He held on to that, thinking it is a rope, not knowing it's a serpent. He came fearlessly into the balcony, and Chintamani said, on the day your wife is dead, you inhuman husband, how can you come to me? He said, I'm infatuated by your beauty. Woman, you are so beautiful that I cannot think of anything else. She said, if only you had 1/10 of this infatuation for Krishna, by now you would have visualized him. This is how a courtesan turns into a counselor. That moment he fell at her feet and became Leela Shuka. He wrote a beautiful book called Krishna Karnamrita. All shlokas only about Krishna. One day he says, I hope you know that the moon is the husband and all the nakshatras are his wives. On the day Swati nakshatra presides, the oyster gives birth to the pearl. Muttu Porakranadu Swati. Narasimha Swami nakshatra kuda Swati da. The day Muttu, the pearl is born in the oyster, is Swati. So Rohini got angry. Naturally, no? They are rivals. So Rohini says, oh, only under Swati nakshatra the pearls are born. I will create a sapphire called Krishna on my day. Swati sapatne kilatara kanam mukta phalanam jananiti roshat sa rohini neela masuta ratnam kritaspadam gopa vadhu pucheshu. This sapphire is the heart jewel of the gopis, that is Krishna. Krishna was born on the Rohini Nakshatra day. The Bhagavata goes on to tell us, the purest one is arriving. Pavitranam, pavitram yo, mangalanam cha mangalam. When VIPs arrive, we make children stand in the sun for 4 hours. They are fainting in the sunlight. Here you have a lot of decoration. The whole world was purified when Krishna is coming. Time is purified. Planets and stars are purified. They become tranquil. Directions become pure and pleasant. The sky becomes pure. All the stars are shining bright. The earth becomes pure. Which are the sections of the earth? The Pura is Mathura. The Grama is Nandagrama. Vraja is Gokula. Akara is Ratnakala Dwaraka. All became beautiful. The waters became pure. Nowhere in any scripture have the rivers been exalted, because it's only in this avatara that Kalindi river gets married to Shri Krishna. She is the 4th main queen of the Lord. The lakes are made to bloom lotuses, and all the birds are singing. The forests are full of cooing birds and humming bees. The breeze gives joy to all. The wind god's son Hanuman served Sri Rama. So the wind god says, I will serve Krishna by blowing gentle breeze. The hearts of the sadhus are happy. Asuraha, Druhaha, Esham, Asuradruham. Everyone is happy because Krishna is coming. All the people who have Agnihotra at home, their fires were about to be extinguished. When you have the wrong king ruling, the fire goes down. I hope you know that much of Karma Kanda. Whenever there is a yajna, they don't light the fire with a matchstick. Do you know that? They do manthana. They have 2 pieces of wood. They chant the Agni Sukta, and with this manthana, Agni Mathana, you find the Agni is emanating. But if the priest is not pure, the main priest says, change the priest. If he is not purified himself, then the priest has to be changed. I've seen it. Sometimes 3-4 priests are changed, and the 5th priest is the purest one. Only he can make the Agni come out. Now, when Kamsa was ruling, all the Agnihotrins were sad because their Agni was almost getting extinguished. But now, the Bhagavata says, look at the way. Agnayascha dvijatinam shantat tatra samendatam vavau vayu sukhasparshaha punyagandha vahashuchihi dvijalikula sannadastabaka valarajayah nadya prasanna salila hridajala ruhashriyah mahi mangala bhuyishta puragrama vrajakara disha prasedur gaganam nirmalodu ganodayam. Everything, all the elements are pure now. All the elements are pure. Manansyasan prasannani sadhunam asuradruham. When God is arriving, all the good people know Krishna is coming, Krishna is coming, a big incarnation is coming. Suddenly you feel inside you there is an innate joy, an inborn joy, an inexplicable ecstasy. You don't know what is the cause, but something is going to happen. Manansyasan prasannani sadhunam asuradruham jayamane ajane tasmin nedur dunduvayo divi. Everywhere, trumpets and drums. When you are happy, you dance. Yesterday I wrote a quote, dance is the expression of delight. Only when you are delighted, you dance. When you come from office, do you dance? When children come from school, full of happiness. If it's a good school, they don't feel that. Many schools make you do so much of homework, you don't want to, but relax when you're coming home. Dance is an expression of delight. Everybody is dancing, the beautiful and the ugly. The musical and the unmusical are singing, because in a kirtanam, everybody is singing. Yesterday on the WhatsApp, I got a message on Vitala. A man goes through a very serious heart problem, and he comes to know that if you chant Vitala for 10 minutes, you will not have heart problem. Please chant at least for 2 minutes. Vithala, 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 Vithala Panduranga.
Vithala, 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 Vithala Panduranga.
Vithala, 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 Vithala Panduranga.
Vithala, 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 Vithala,
Vithala Panduranga. Vithala, 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 Vithala Panduranga. Vithala, 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 Vithala Panduranga. Vithala, 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 Vithala Panduranga. The gentleman says that he went through all the tests and found that he did not need a heart surgery at all, because for 1 month he had been practicing Vitthala's name. The Varkari people who go walking 200 kilometers have heart problem, but on the way, because they chant so much of Vitthala's name, by the time they finish the ritual of reaching Pandharpur, their heart is normal like anybody's heart. It's strange, because that word Vithala creates that vibration to remove all the blocks. That name, the Nama Sankirtana, has such a power, my dear listeners, such a power. That is why we have Nama Sankirtanam in every temple. We have Nama Sankirtanam on every special occasion, particularly when we have a satsanga. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam,
Nisangatve nirmohatvam,
nirmohatve nischalitatvam,
Nirmohatve nichaitatvam,
nischalitatve jivan mukti.
Nichaitatve jivana mukti.
भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते संप्राप्ते सन्नीते काले नहीं नहीं रक्षति डुक्रिंकरणे. A person like Bhagavad Patacharya, who is known for his famous commentaries on all the great works, his most resonant work, sonorous work, is the Bhaja Govindam. That bhajana of the Lord gives you maximum satisfaction. Today, all the kinnaras, all the gandharvas, everybody is singing, everybody is dancing, because Krishna is coming. Vidyadharyaccha nanrutuhu apsarobhi samam tada mumuchur munayo deva sumanam srimadanvitam. The gods in heaven rained flowers because Krishna is coming. Mandam mandam jaladhara jagarju anusagaram. The clouds were slowly going towards the ocean. There is a great commentator called Harisuri, whose commentary has obsolete language. You cannot understand that Sanskrit without a translation or a commentary. He says, why did the clouds go and what did they talk? What did they talk to the ocean? They said, oh ocean, you are very proud that you built a bridge for Rama. Let us tell you, we are going to give our complexion to Krishna and make him like a rain-bearing cloud. That is the conversation between the cloud and the ocean full of saltish water. Bhagavata says, Nishite tama udbhute jayamane janardani. Sri Rama was born at midday. Krishna was born at midnight. Sri Rama was born in the solar dynasty. Krishna was born in the lunar dynasty. Sri Rama was born to rule. Sri Krishna was born to make rulers. Sri Rama was born to spread by living the example of dharma. And Krishna was born to preach dharma. Sri Rama was born to give and sacrifice. Sri Krishna was born to receive and celebrate. Clap for these two incarnations. Totally different personality. The same Lord, the same Paramatma came as Rama and came as Krishna. Bhole mere Ram bhaiya natkhat mere Shyam, sab kuch de de Ram bhaiya, sab kuch mange Shyam. भोले मेरे राम भैया, नटखट मेरे श्याम, सब कुछ दे दे राम भैया, सब कुछ मांगे श्याम। बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम। अवध को मांगे कैकेयी तो दे दे मेरे राम,
अवध को मांगे कैकेयी तो दे दे मेरे राम।
हस्तिनापुर का हिस्सा मांगे पांडव बंधु श्याम,
हस्तिनापुर का हिस्सा मांगे पांडव बंधु श्याम।
बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम। बोले मेरे राम भैया, नटखट मेरे श्याम, सब कुछ दे दे राम भैया, सब कुछ मांगे श्याम। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। My dear listeners, it's very strange, and I have said it again and again, that there is a lot of difference between Rama Bhaktas and Krishna Bhaktas. Rama Bhaktas are by nature sacrificing, by nature non-asserting. They are by nature givers. If you are a Krishna Bhakta, you will sit in the front row. If you are a Rama Bhakta, you will sit in the last row. If you are a Krishna Bhakta, you will come 10 minutes after the function has started. If you are a Rama Bhakta, you will already be there half an hour before. If you are a Rama Bhakta, you love simple food. But if you are a Krishna Bhakta, how can you eat without Krishna sweets? Clap. How can you have lunch or dinner without sweets? All Krishna Bhaktas are lovers of good dress, good jewelry, good food. Lifestyle of a Krishna Bhakta is totally different from lifestyle of a Rama Bhakta. It depends on which category you belong to. Sri Rama came into the world to lead a simple life. If Sri Rama's Bhaktas were there in the world, all your sari shops and your jewelry shops would have closed down long back. Clap for the Krishna Bhaktas who are keeping them prosperous. That is why. That's the reason. The Bhagavata says, the Lord is coming. It's midnight. Nishite tama udbhute jayamane janardane. The Lord is coming. Who is Janardana? Janardana is one who takes away the pain of people. That is why he is known as Janardana. All are singing, all are dancing, all are rejoicing because Krishna is coming into the world. Akhandanji Maharaj says, make the audience say, please repeat with me, Prabhu Avirbhava 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 Ehi Ehi Prabhu Avirbhava 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 Ehi Ehi Prabhu Avirbhava 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 Ehi Ehi. We are calling the Lord, come. Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself, Krishna. He is coming on 14-15, no? Janmashtami. That's why I accepted this particular invitation, because it was close to the Janmashtami. Come, my Lord, come. You call the Lord, come into the world, Master, come into the world. And when He comes, everything is okay. It was an Ashtami day, and I hope you know, on the Ashtami the moon is not very big, and yet, according to Akhandanji Maharaj's commentary, the moon took a dip in the sea and became like the full moon. The Lord was very happy to come into the dynasty of the moon. Ashtami has 7 days before and 7 days after. It is in the center. The Lord chooses that midnight. As in Ramavatara, He chooses the midday. Vasudeva was the first one to see the Lord. He was the only one who saw the Lord, not as an ordinary infant, but as the Lord Himself. Please fold your hands and listen to the Avatara Shloka. Tamadbhutam balakam chaturbhujam shanka gadaryudayudam srivatsalakshmam galashobikautubam pītambaram sandra payoda saubagam maharha vaidurya kirita kundala त्विषा परिष्वक्तसहस्रकुन्तलम् उद्दामकाञ्च्यङ्गदकङ्कणादिभिः विरोचमानं वसुदेवैक्षता. Vasudeva saw the Lord. I am jealous of Vasudeva because he is the first one to see the Lord. 6 children had been killed. He did not complain. Even if we lose one child, we stop Hanuman Chalisa. I won't go to the temple, you see. God took away one child. 6 children, newborn babes, were killed in cold blood, and Vasudeva saw it. Devaki offered the children, and yet he was quiet, uncomplaining. Sita pragnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. He did not say anything. He did not complain. Why did you take away my sukha and dukkha were the same to him. Why did you take away my children? He never said that. The Bhagavata says, Vasudeva ikshata. Vasudeva, my father, I will make your name immortal by adding your name to my Janma Shloka, said Krishna. This was the exaltation. This was the elevation. This was the promotion he gave to a bhakta. That bhakta was Vasudeva, Tam. He is that one, incredible incarnation, awesome incarnation. That Lord has come. So beautiful. Which one? That one whom the Upanishads say they can't describe, where the mind cannot reach, the ear cannot hear, the eye cannot see, the mind cannot conceive. That one, there. That one has come here, Tam. He can hold him in his hand. He can carry him in his arms. The one that is there all over the world has become a small child. In simple Hindi, you have Akhandanji Maharaj saying, Adrishya hokar bhi drishya hai, Nirakar hokar bhi sakar hai, Nirgun hokar bhi sagun hai, Sabka baap hote bhi balak hai, बेटा है, सर्वाधार होकर भी नन्ना मुन्ना बच्चा है. He is the one who is the आश्चर्य का खजाना है. He is the treasure house of wonders. Clap for the Lord. Treasure house of wonders. आश्चर्य का खजाना है. That is how he is Tam. Whenever I read the Janma Shloka of the Lord, I feel the Lord is there in my arms. Adbhutam Balakam. 6 children I lost, Krishna. 7th was reported as miscarriage, but actually it was taken from this womb to that womb. The 8th one you have arrived. You are so lovely, Krishna. You are so lovely. Adbhutam Balakam. There is only one word in English for Adbhuta, and that is the American used word awesome. When I went to Bihari's temple last time, usually we have traditional songs coming to me, but this was a modern song that came to me when I said, Bemisalatum Lajam. I hope the Orthodox audience of Coimbatore won't mind my singing a modern song. Bemisal tu, lajawab tu, awesome tu baake bihari. Bemisal tu, lajawab tu, awesome tu baake bihari. Teri katha सुनाने को आई दक्षिण से तेरी दीवानी. बेमिसाल तू, लाजवाब तू, awesome तू बाके बिहारी. You like the song? Bemisal tu, you are unparalleled, matchless, inimitable, unimitated. That's what you are, Krishna. That's what you are. Bemisal tu, lajawab tu, awesome tu baake bihari. Why did I say awesome? Because there is nothing comparable to him in the world. The Lord is so great, so lovely, so beautiful, so wonderful. His Leelas are wonderful. Adbhutam. When I say Adbhutam, I remember the Gita Shloka, Ascharyavat Pashyati Kachitenam. Everybody looks at Krishna with wonder. Nobody can understand him. His mother doesn't understand him. Arjuna does not understand him. Rukmini does not understand him. Devaki and Vasudeva don't know what is happening. Nand Baba says, oh God, this small child, what is he up to? Gopis don't understand him. Gopas don't understand him. Only in the Gopika Geetam, they come to know Nakhalu Gopika Krishna Nandano Bhavan Akhila Dehinam Krishna Antaratmadiki. Everybody looks at him at Ascharyavat Pashyati. His coming into Mathura is Ascharya. His going over to Gokula is Ascharya. sending Yogamaya from there is Ascharya. Her flying up into heaven is Ascharya. His growing in Gokula is Ascharya. His killing of Putana is Ascharya. Aghasura, Bakasura, Shakatasura, all the Trinavarta, everyone, every Asura that he kills, that is Ascharya. Stealing butter is Ascharya. Teasing the gopis is Ascharya. Stealing butter and causing a lot of dismay in the hearts of the gopis is Ascharya. Getting tied to the mortar, the pounding stone is Ascharya. Playing on the flute is Ascharya. Dancing on the serpent is Ascharya. Giving the Yajnapatnis the due that they received, they deserved is Ascharya. Telling the Yajnapatis how happy and fortunate they are to have these women is Ascharya. Making Indra and Brahma feel humble, tomorrow's Katha, is Ascharya. Making everybody understand in the world that he is the master of the world is Ascharya. Having played on the flute, calling thousands of gopis and giving the cosmic dance is Ascharya. Anganam, Anganam, Chantareda, Madhavo, Madhavam, Madhavam, Chantareda, Angana. Ittama kalpite mandale madhyaga sanjagau vedona devaki randanaha. That is Ascharya. He's going over to Mathura is Ascharya. Killing of the Kuvalaya Pida, huge elephant is Ascharya. Killing of Kamsa is Ascharya. Making all the devotees happy is Ascharya. Sending Uddhava to the gopis is Ascharya. Making him come back humbled Prime Minister is Ascharya.